अज्ञानतिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे वञ्चाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरतिशे नमः। गुरवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकायै तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय भक्त्या विहीनाय पराधलक्ष्य क्षिप्ताश्च कामादितरङ्गमध्ये कृपामयीं त्वां शरणं प्रपन्ना वृन्दे नमस्ते चरणारविन्दे। यं प्रव्रजन्तमनुपेतमपेतकृत्यं द्वैपायनो विरहकातरया जुहाव पुत्रेति तन्मयतया तर्वोऽभिनेदो तं सर्वभूतहृदयं त्वयैवास्मि न जीवामि त्वया विना इति विज्ञाय राधे तन्मय माम्।
Before we start the class, we'd like to announce the name of one new devotee. Can Mr. Deepak Arora stand up? Yes.
This devotee has served in so many ways to Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami. And still he was engaged with them. He has served ISKCON in chariot festival in Calcutta, managing everything by all other means. And from 3-4 years, he is serving me also by his car, everything in parikrama, everywhere. Now he is everything, wealth, intelligence, heart, everything is for us, for Krishna. He has taken initiation. About 10 years he is serving, but not, he has no faith on anyone. But with us, especially in Brajmandal Parikrama 2 years, we heard so much things, and he gave his heart to us, and he was initiated today. And on the appearance, very sacred day, appearance of Sri Gopal Bhatt Goswami, who manifested Radharaman from Salagram Shila, you know. So, I have given him name Dhir Krishna Brahmachari. Who is Dhir Krishna? He is his servant. But who is Dhir Krishna? There are so many Krishna. Also in Braj, in so many various modes. Especially when Krishna lives with his gopis and Srimati Radhika plays, then he becomes Dhir Lalit, having all the supreme qualities of a rasa and devotion, and then he is called Dhir Lalit Krishna. So, I am blessing him that he should realize all these things. and gradually he should develop his Krishna consciousness and become qualified to serve Radha and Krishna conjugal, especially in the line of Rupa Goswami. So I kept his name Dhir Krishna. Only that seeing him, I will remember all these things of Krishna, qualities of Krishna, and he will thus help me in my Krishna consciousness. Gaur Pramana. Perhaps this is third day here of my class. I was fourth day? No, third. Yeah. And I was willing to explain Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, Manas Shiksha. But there are so many things to learn. Who was Raghunath Das Goswami? And how beautiful Bhakti-may Jivan. Always engaged in Bhakti. Observed in Krishna pain. He always. Like Sankhya Purvaka Nam Gannativi Kalavasani Kudau Nidrahar Viharakadi Vijitau Chatanta Deenam Chajau Radha Krishna Guneshmate Madhuriman Dain Sammohitau Bande Roop Sanatana Raghu Jugau. Raghu means Raghunath Das Goswami. Sri Jivo. If you like to do bhajan and you wish that you should have a pure bhakti, Krishna prem, especially Braja prem, like Rupa Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, then you will have to follow their activities. And their activities has been told in this slok. Sankhya Purvaka Nam Gan Nativi. Sri Nivas Acharya, the friends of Narottam Thakur and Shyamananda Prabhu, especially the disciple of this Gopal Bhatta Goswami, he has written this ashtak. That Sankhya Purvaka Nam Gan Nativi. Very carefully, you should try to take it in your heart and to follow it and to be established in this truth. Sankhya Purvaka Nam. Always not less than 1 lakh name daily. No? With pure devotion and action absorbed in Krishna, weeping with tears, heart melting, and doing Dandot Pranam of all the devotees of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, of all the associates of Krishna, all the places of Leela Sthali, pastimes like Bansi Bhat, Keshi Ghat, Ram Ghat, Chir Ghat, Govardhan, Seva Kunja, Nidulan, all places, not less than thousands and thousands. Stand up and again Ashtang Pranam, Sastang Pranam to all. You have seen in Radhakund so many Babaji or other person for worldly gain also. They do at one place about 1008 pranams. From where it came? Actually, it came from Raghunath Das Goswami. And then Sankhya Purvaka Nam Gan Nativi, doing stuti, as he has done in Bilap Pushpanjali and others, and he has collected from Rupa Goswami all the prayers of all the places. Okay. Hours and hours. And what to take? Sometimes dry chickpeas. No rush. Nothing. Only this. No chapati. Even dry chapati. But he never took. Without salt, without ghee, butter, anything. And sometimes it was not taken. Whole night. Sometimes sleep for 24 minutes. Sometimes never. Whole night. Weeping, chanting, remembering, doing pranam and observing in Krishna prema. Premanandam madhurimanandam bodhi. Always he was observed in samadhi. Seeing that, oh, Radha and Krishna are playing in Radha Kunda. Sometimes in Suchikonda. Madhvangala and Krishna taking the shape of Brahman boy coming, and how they are making Surya Puja to Srimati Radhika, worship of sun. Very pleasant, observe. And sometimes he is saying that I'm serving and Radha and Krishna. And sometimes Radha, oh, where Krishna has been? Where Krishna has been? We have to see, oh, I was serving here Radha and Krishna carnival. And where they have gone? Then began to weep. O Radhe, Brajadevi ke chalalite, he Nanda Suno Kuta, Shri Govardhan Kalpapada Patali Kadindi. This is the real line of bhajan. No policy, no duplicity, nothing, no diplomacy, no money wanting, no selfish gain, even forgetting myself where I am. When they think it that on eternal shape which is in our this body, that is called Siddha, Shuddha Deha. Like that, always waiting here and there. He used to take only this handful of buttermilk. Once a person came and gave a bigger leaf and some more buttermilk. So, that from where you have collected these leaves, bigger leaf? He told that from Sakhi's thali. Oh, and he became angry and he became in interior mode. You know, this place is called Sakhi's thali. How it is prominent? The place of Chandravali, near to Radha Kunda. So he became furious. But you have come from that party? You want to take Krishna from here? He came, went in internal Siddhadeya, and he forgot everything. And he took a stick and began to chase away. But that Brahmin could not understood his real role. And he threw out that buttermilk. How he was observed in this? Always observing Krishna praying. You have heard the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Cheto Darpan Marjanam Bhav Mahadavagni Nirvapanam Sreya Kairava Chandrika Vikarnam Vidyavada Jeevanam Anandam Bodhi Vardhanam Pratipadam. This is called Anandam Bodhi, sinking in the ocean of endless and deepless bottomless ocean of Ananda, always I know. We cannot think this. But our goal should be this. Not only worldly gain. If you have any worldly gain, a trace or even a smell for this, that breathing, never you can realize. So, I am advising you to giving all worldly things, diplomacy and party feeling and anything, we should try to achieve our this goal of Krishna prema. We have left everything only for this prema, not for any party feeling or anything. But this is available, which must go there and to hear all this. It will help in our attaining Krishna prema. So, what are the teachings of Srila Raghunath Das Goswami? I wanted to explain, and I will explain. But before this, I want to make a platform that our hearts should be qualified to hear all these things. So I am explaining all these things to make the platform, make our heart qualified and very, very pure. You know, I have told Manushi Seva, how a Brahmin attend Vaikuntha very easily by this Manush Seva. So, if we will adopt this method, very easily we can have Braj Seva rather than Krishna Seva. In this connection, I want to narrate some Srimad Bhagavad examples. Then Govinda Bhagat, yes, can you tell the characteristics of Srila Bharat Maharaj in this connection? Do you remember? Can you?
Bharat Maharaj.
Bharat Maharaj, how we attend this? And what he adopted the method? And why he was late in his method? Can you tell?
His 3 lives, you mean?
His previous life, his life. You can tell? You? I think you should go there. Near to Prem Priya. It will be easy for all to hear. Here you are.
Kirandana Shalakaya Chakshurun Milikam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. The story of Bharat Maharaj is narrated in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Bharat Maharaj was a very great king of the earth planet. And he had a very opulent kingdom, so much so that it was compared to a king of heavenly planets. So Bharat Maharaj was a very advanced bhakta, and he also was able to renounce his entire kingdom and give up this kingdom, described in Srimad Bhagavatam, that he was able to renounce this kingdom and give it up as if it were rejectable like stool. He was so advanced. So at the appropriate time he renounced the kingdom and he went to the forest and he began to practice.
What age?
Pardon?
In what age?
What age? Satyayug, yes? Oh, at what age? In
his half young age. At that time, his age was 50,000 years. Young age.
Satyayug or Treti? Satyayug.
He was in Satyayug.
So he went to forest to practice.
On account of worldly problems. Her children had never refused him. His wife is always helpful. But why he left all these things? Like stone?
Because his attraction for Krishna had developed so much.
Yeah.
And he had actually elevated to the stage of bhav, it is described.
Yeah.
The symptoms of bhav had begun to appear in Bharat Maharaj. So he was more attracted to the life of complete absolute surrender to Krishna than to the material life of maintaining the kingdom. So he gave all of this up and he went to the forest. And in the forest he was very seriously practicing all of the practices of sadhana, and he had one small dwelling in the forest, and he was living very, very renounced. But by and by, it just occurred one day that there was a small deer, and this deer was in some difficult circumstance. I think the tiger was?
No. There was a female deer.
Yeah.
She was grazing grass nearby his bhajan kuti. At once a tiger jumped up and roared very loudly. When she jumped up to that deer, to save her life, she also jumped. There was a river and she went across the river. But in the middle, when he was jumping, a child came out of his arm and fell down in the river. And she was drowning, coming up and down. Deer was dead, but looking very pathetically towards Bharat. Can you say you are doing bhajan? This is more than bhajan, to save the life. Then what happened?
So Bharat Maharaj felt sympathy. So he took it upon himself to rescue this.
And came to this very deer and took up in his laps and pacifying, he took it to his bhajan ashram. Then gone.
So daily he would take care of this deer very affectionately. He began to stroke the deer. Sometimes he was becoming so much attached, even he was kissing the deer sometime. And this way, very affectionately became attached to the deer. So this was going on, and slowly by this attachment also, his remembrance and his spiritual practices were diminishing correspondingly. So at a certain time then, Bharat Maharaj met his death. But the deer was in some also difficult circumstance. He was looking for the deer.
He has told, all right, he was charmed to this little baby. And gradually his sadhan bhajan began to weak. The charm, the ruchi for and asakti for serving Krishna in Nam and all other things was gradually reducing. At last, one day he saw that some Deers were coming, running, jumping. And this little baby also joined them. And he ran away with them and never returned. He was so worried. What is that? My child? Where is my child? I think that any animal can eat that capture and swallow. How to bring again that baby? But he never brought. In the meantime, he was thinking absurdly, dear, 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 dear. In sickness, in dream, in whole night and day, only here and here. He forgot to chant, remember Krishna. His everything was when he missed and always chanting, remembering this dear, dear. In the meantime, his death came. He was remembering that dear and death came. At the death, what he will remember? You will be like that. Remembering dear, 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 in his coming birth he became dear. What is the thing here? I want to tell here. If anyone chant Krishna, Krishna whole day, whole life long, and in the end, anyhow he missed, then he will miss Krishna bhajan. But anyhow anyone is remembering Krishna, or his associates at last time, very observed in that, then at once he will be the parikar, associates of Krishna, certainly. As Bharat Maharaj, thinking and remembering in his last time, dear, dear, and he became dear. So this is the rule and regulation of bhakti. If anyone is absorbed, thinking, reminding always Krishna, Krishna and his associates, the next birth he will surely take birth in Braja, like Brajavasis. You know Putana? Putana came to Braja to kill Krishna, and he became in the shape of mother because he was observed in mother's mood. And at that time, thinking that Krishna is my son, and my dear son, telling, she take two Krishna in her lap, and tried to give her breast in his mouth. But Krishna is, I have to keep recalling, causeless mercy. Oh, you are come in the shape of mother, and you are thinking I am, and telling my mother and all that I am mother really, and you are my son. At once she left this body by the grace of Krishna, and she went to Braja and became like a mother to Krishna forever. So this is the method of observing in Krishna in last time. Anyone who will do, they will certainly have this kind of prema bhakti. So if anyone, Raghunath Das Goswami is telling that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling him, भालो ना खाइबे भालो ना ग्राम्य वार्ता ग्राम कथा ग्राम्य वार्ता ना कहिबे ग्राम्य वार्ता ना सुनिबे अमानी महत भय कृष्ण नाम सदा लबे ब्रज राधा कृष्ण सेवा मानसे करिबे चेतन महाप्रभु Don't hear and tell worldly activities and worldly things. Always tell Hari Katha or any Katha regarding Krishna and his associates or his devotees. Always and now. And Manase Krishna Seva Karibe. By mind, by heart, you should serve Krishna and his associates. How? He is telling. Krishnam Smaran Jananchasya Preshtam Niji Samihitam Tat Tat Katharataschav Asau Kujjat Basam Brajesh. जल्दी बाहर करके Krishna is telling to Raghunath. And Rupa Goswami is writing his Bhakti Rasami Sindhu. For whom? Those who have some greed to have a service like Vrajavasis, like Gopis. For them. Krishna Mishmaran. You should try to remember Krishna. But not so much observing Krishna like Mayavadi sannyasi. Krishna, 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 I am Krishna, I am Krishna. Am Brahmasmi, Soham, Soham, Soham. Not doing like so. They will go to hell. If anyone is thinking that I am Krishna, 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 then what will be? He will immersed in Krishna. Or he may absorbed into Nirvishesh Brahma, Nirgun Brahma, telling Am Brahmasmi, Am Brahmasmi, Am Brahmasmi, Tattvamasi, Tattvamasi. I am the same, I am the same. Like Sankracharya has. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has forbidden for all these things. Very wretched condition this is. So, we should remember Krishna with associates, remembering more like to be like associate, not like Krishna. That is why Rupa Goswami has taught. How? How he? Raghunath Goswami is a Rati Manjari. He is sitting and remembering the pastimes of Krishna, chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. All the pastimes of Krishna coming automatically like a garland, flowers. Automatically. He is seeing that Radha and Krishna sitting in Radha Kund, on the bank of Radha Kund. Lalita Vishakha, all are there. Krishna told that you are all thief. Why you have come here? To destroy my Vrindavan. No. Picking up my whole flowers and smashing my whole Vrindavan garden. Today I caught you red-handed. And I will punish you all. Lalita told that you are liar. and cheater. Always telling lie. Have you planted any flower or plant here? Have you poured water? Ever? You are loyal to extreme. You are telling this Vrindavan is mine. Can you tell how you received this property of Vrindavan? Your father was the owner of this property. Your forefather or that forefather. From where you received this property? Krishna told that don't disobey me. I am so much dharmic purush, religious person. All dharms religious have come from me. Oh, Srimati Radhika told, smiling in joking way, oh, I know that you are very religious person. Because when you took birth, you murdered a lady who came in the shape of mother and you killed. Oh, so it is the action of very religious person. Also, when you become gruesome older, bigger, I have heard that from Purnima that there was a black boy entering in all gopis' houses and stealing butter here and there. Are you the same religious person? Oh, I have heard so also that one black person boy went to Jamuna, and when gopis were taking bath, keeping their clothes on the bank, a black religious boy came. Very religious. And who took all the clothes and climbed up on the Kadamba tree. They were weeping and backing their clothes. But this religious person was laughing and making jokes there. Are you the same? Krishna was silent. So all the gopis were clapping. So Raghunath Swami was quietly observed when seeing, and he was just smiling outside. Then mouth was also smiling. So this is called Manashi Shiva. He was also clapping. His hands were clapping. But all were seeing that his hand is, why he is clapping, how he is smiling, how he is so happy. Anyone cannot realize. Only Rupa Goswami and like persons can realize all these things. So activities of these real Vaishnavas, ordinary persons will not understand, realize. They will feel party feelings and all other things. That he is also making politics and all other things. They cannot never realize this. They cannot go up because they have know all these ideas. How to do Mansi Seva, how to chant, how to remember all these things. You should try to realize all these things and to go in this path. But if you will not obey Manashiksha, Upadeshamritam, nectar of devotion, instruction. And those who have no time to read, to follow these things, what they will do? They will acquire themselves always, making politics and all these things. They think that only by money we can be happy, not by devotion. They cannot be. They will tell that we are not follower of Rupa Goswami. We will only read our books, which has been printed by ISKCON. But they should think from where these teachings have come. Swamiji has never discovered anything new. He has written explanation of Srimad Bhagavad written by Vyas 5000 years before. He has explained Chaitanya Chaitamrit 500 before, written by Krishna Das Goswami. What he has written in nobody, but the thing is same. He is not out of Gaudiya Vaishnava. So we should try to realize all these things and try very hard to obey Rupa Goswami, Raghunath Goswami, or all the Sattvic acharyas. He telling that Smaran Krishna, so always remembering Krishna and his associate. I'll give one example. It may be so many examples. No? In Vatsalya, in Shakharas, in Dasyaras, there are so many examples full of that. Srimad Bhagavat is all Krishna Katha. Jaha Bhagavat padha, what is the meaning? Jaha Bhagavat padha Vaishnava Sthan. If you want to read Bhagavatam, you should go to Rashik Vaishnava. And here, don't read alone. Don't try to read Chaitanya Chaitamrita, read alone. You should go to Rashik Tattva Vaishnava. And here, all these things. They will tell so many deep things that you cannot imagine. Even, I think you have not heard all this Harikatha before. That they may told that, oh, Swamiji have never told. Never told. I think if Swamiji was present, bodily here, he has written so many books, more and more books, and given instruction, all the things that part I am telling now. He must have, but he was not kind like that. Briefly, he has written everything in his books. Tat tat katha ratascha kujat bhasam brajai sada. You should try to be always in Braj. He is telling. Who is telling? Rupa Goswami. Always being in Braj. But anyhow, if you cannot be in Vrindavan, what you should do? Always live by heart and mind. But better if you should be there. Why? That place is Siddha. Siddha means? Perfect. Perfect. Transcendental. If you will be there, automatically that mode will come there. You will see Giraj Govardhan. You will see Jamuna is there. You will see all the past playing places there. Places of past playing population. All the dust touching Krishna and Radha always are present there. So there are so many advantages to live there. And if you cannot, then by mind, you should be there. And always tat tat katha ratasya. Tat tat katha, if anyone is of Vatsalya Ras, then he should remember the pastimes of Krishna with Nanda Yashoda. No? If anyone has some great thought, the service like Subal and Sridham. What is it? Krishna like friend and being himself the friend among gopis. Subal Sridham like. And always remember their services. If you have some greed like Rupa Goswami, then you should have to remember them and their activity. What that Tambular Padapadamardan Payodana Visharadivi Vrindaranda Mahesharin Toshayanti Jatriya Prana Presakhi Kuladapi Kirasam Kochita Bhumika Keli Bhume Surup Manjari Tatha Sansayaham. Anyone is doing pranam to all the gopis and gopis. To whom? Rup Manjari, Mukha. What they are doing? Always serving Radha and Krishna conjugal, especially Srimati Radhika, always day and night, all the Brij gopis. Tambularpan, better drinking. Padamardan, means massage. Lightly, sweetly, gently, they are massaging the lotus feet of Srimati Radhika. Krishna has given his head on the lap of Srimati, no. Radhika has given his head because she is tired, going through all Vrindavan with Krishna. She has kept her head in the lap of Krishna and very pleasantly and eagerly with Ananda, Krishna is caressing her hair. Rup Manjari very gently and sweetly massaging his lotus feet. And Rati Manjari, that is Raghunath Das Goswami, is telling that I am your servant, maid servant. Can you give some remnant to me? At once Rup Manjari called her by the eyes. She came and gave this message in the hands and the laps of her. And she took the fan and gently began do all other seva. So Tambularpana, Padamardan, Payodhan, there are so many services to think and remember. But for those devotees who have some greed to serve them in this way, Seva sadhak rupena, Siddha rupena chatrari. What is the meaning? Seva, the service, like sadhak rupena, like Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, as a sadhak, they have told us to follow the rules and regulations and to follow the angs of bhakti, like sadhu sangha, nam kirtan, bhagavat sravan, mathura vas, vrindavan vas, navadip vas, and Srimati Sadhaya. Perhaps you know this place. You know 5? You? What are the 5? Explain.
Sadhu Sangha
Means?
to associate with devotees who have
Swajatiya Asya Snigdha.
Those who are of like-minded nature means that they possess the mood that one is aspiring for, whether in Madhurya Ras, Vatsalya Ras, Sakya Ras, Dasa Ras. Snigdasya, and that they're very affectionate towards one. That one should seek such association, because by their mercy, then one will be able to advance very nicely. So that even if one associates with one who is more advanced, but if the affection is not flowing, then one will not get the desired result. Sadhu Sangha Nam Kirtan, that one should chant the holy name in association with devotees who are actually chanting real Nam, Suddha Nam. That if one is chanting in association with those who are asadhu, who are not sadhus, then Nam Nahi Hoy, one will not get Nam. So, Mukhya Pati Jivapai, Krishna Premadan. That the chief result of chanting Nam in association with pure devotees is that one will achieve Krishna Prema. Sadhu Sangha Nam Kirtan, Bhagavad Shravan, to hear Srimad Bhagavatam, as Maharaj, the Gurudev was just saying, that one should Yo Bhagavad Pad Vaishnavarastane, Kanta Shlokarotitani Tarane, that one should hear Srimad Bhagavatam in the association of Mahabhagavat Rasik Vaishnava, one from whom Bhakti Ras is flowing. Then one will be able to go deep into Bhagavatam. But by just reading even the commentaries, Lord Shiva says, Aham Ved Mishako Veti Vyasa Veti Nabeti Vya Bhaktam Bhagavatam Grayam Nabhuti Natitikaya. That by reading the commentaries, still one will not be able to go deep. But one has to go and surrender oneself at the lotus feet of Rasik Vaishnava. Surrender to him without duplicity and here. Sadhu Sanganam Kirtan Bhagavad Shavant Mathura Vas, to live in Mathura or Vrindavan, Navadvip, these holy places, as Srila Gurudev has just been explaining, they're so potential to live in these places. And Sri Mutira Shradaya Sevana, to worship the deity with Shraddha and
like Raghunath Das Goswami,
to worship in the mood of Raghunath Das Goswami and those who are Rupa Nugas.
This is Sadhak Rupena, means like Rupa Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, Jiva Goswami, Gopal Bhatta Goswami, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Narottam Thakur, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, all how they have practiced bhakti will have to follow. Sadhak Rupena. And Siddha Rupena, as Rupa Goswami is serving Radha Krishna conjugal in the shape of a Rupa Manjari, Raghunath Das Goswami in a Rati Manjari shape. Both by mind and by heart in Mansi Seva like Rupa Manjari, Rati Manjari. And by this body like Sadhak Rupena. Ekadashi Tithi Pavan, observing Ekadashi. Not taking any bad things like
onion, garlic, beef,
all these things. Always doing any association, all being chanting, remember, Shramanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Padashivanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Darshanam, Sarikam, Atmanam. All these are in 9. Why? Especially in 3, Shramanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu. Among them, Harinam is prominent. And it is 4, especially in Kali Yuga. Only Hari Kirtan will give all these things. Whether you have no honor and chanting Narayana Krishna name, Ram name, or it will give so much things. You will easily overcome birth and death and sorrow and suffer. Surely, surely. But wealth, reputation will never save us from these things. Never, never, never. Guarantee. They will make more problems. And at the time of death, we will have to only think these problems and again we will have it. So everyone should try to chant, remember, like them. The Sadhak Rupena and Siddha Rupena, like Rup Manjari Ityadi. They should serve. Tad bhav lipsuna. If you want to have a mood like them to serve Krishna, then you have to follow. Without following this, you cannot have all these things. In Vaidhi Bhakti and in the line is same, the revelation is same, but mode is very, very different. A man is serving Radha and Krishna conjugal, also another person, but he has not so much devotion and love. He can give flowers some to show others by mantra, and sometimes not knowing mantra. He will offer Krishna bhog. Bhog means Nivedya. Bhog, offering. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyaiva cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnava. He has never gone to any Vaishnava and he will offer by this mantra too. Namo Mahavardhanyaya Krishna Prem Pradayate Krishna Chaitanya Namne Bhava. By this mantra, by this, but this is not proper. What? Etatanai Vedyam Sring Kling Radha Krishna Bhyam Swaha Nama Kling Gauraya Swaha. By this mantra. So we should learn all these things properly to a very qualified Vaishnava. Swamiji had not time at that time to teach all these things. He has given so much things, but not all. So we should learn all these things. So, Shravan Kirtan, everything will be like that. No difference outwardly, but inwardly there is much difference. Much difference. Raghunath Das Goswami was worshipping what Sila? Govardhan Sila. And you also, sir, the mood is same? No. There is a difference between sky and earth. Heaven and earth. So much. So we should try to realize how we can realize all these things. Then you will have to come to the Siksha of Manasiksha. Gurau Goshte Laisu Sujane Bhusurugane Samantre Shinamni Brajajvadanda Sharani Sadadhyambam Hitva Kurumati Pratim Apurvam Atitaramay Pratas Santas Chatubhirache Dhrijapada. This, where is Manasika? So he is telling, if you want, oh my dear friend, mine, if you want to have this Krishna Prem, Praja Prem, then I think you are my dear friend. But you are living with donkeys, pigs and hogs. Give up all bad societies. He will tell him further. I know that now your mind has been gone in another, sinking in worldly toxications and all other things. Sadadambam hitva. You should give up false ego. What? I am the husband of this lady, very beautiful lady. I have so many children, oh, very beautiful, qualified. Oh, I am so worried because my wife and children have left me. I am so rich, I am so poor. All this. I am very big monarch of all. I can control all devotees. They should obey me. Without my order, anyone cannot do anything. Don't go here and there. I will order you, then you should go. This is called dambha, false ego. If for loose motion will come like water, and then he will sleep. And he will think that, oh, I am dying only. What to do now? Even in for loose motions. And then he will count the stars of the sky. No hope to save. Where is that false ego? And so beautiful. There was a king, one king in India, in Mathura. He was very lusty. His work was that he has so many spies and told to spies that see where is any beautiful lady here, whether he is married or not married. He has to tell me, and I will manage to bring with me. One day, the spies told very beautiful ladies in Mathura and chanting, remember Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. He went with his soldiers there. And he told that I want that you should come with me in my Raj palace. She folded hand and told, you can come tomorrow. I will go with you. Surely I will go. I am giving words. He went and again he came very early next day, he was searching her where she is. Yes, she has taken any medicine for loose motion. Purgatory, very strong purgatory. So 15 times loose motion was coming, and so many makshi flies were here and there, and so dirty smell was coming. Bad smell. He could not stay there. He was telling that where she is. She shouted that I am here. Come on, come on, come on. And his stool was everywhere in cloths. So dirty smell was coming. So where you are? She went nearby, make it like this, and he saw that she's lying down, very lean thing, so much dirtiness, and all the stools are here and there. Oh, you are sane? Oh yes, I am sane. You can come to me. I am ready to go with you. Take me to you. At once he ran very quickly. So this is beauty. In a moment it will go. This false ego of beauty, false ego of wealth, reputation, all are like same. In a moment they can go and leave us. So fight this false ego. I am chairman, vice president of this society. I can do everything, but in a moment he can die. We can make a relation that for 5 years he cannot initiate and he cannot do any activity. Then false ego will go away at once. So we should not do false ego. He is telling, oh my mind, give up all these false egos and listen me very honorably. I will tell you so Amritmaya, nectarian teachings, advice, follow. And what? Guru Goste Gostalai, I'll explain tomorrow. Gaur Praman. You should where she is. You have the harmonium? You can come forward. In your sense to tune Mahamantra. And then Krishna Das will.
Krishna
that I am falling down in the well. There is none to save me. But Krishna is himself Krishna. No difference. Nam and Nami are same thing. So at once, if you are calling Krishna, oh Krishna, Krishna, come on and save me. Krishna surely will come. Surely and certainly. So you should be observed and calling Krishna that, oh Krishna, Hare Krishna. Wow.
Hare Krishna. Krishna
Brooding in their homes. They are supporting their child, making sleeping. सो जाओ थपकी दे रही हैं, पल्ले में झुला रही हैं. They are no and क्या होगा? Swinging. Very good. Very gently. And what telling? Govinda You can do your homework, no harm. But what taxes you will have to pay if you do this? Govinda Sitting in the office, looking after business, not so much task. Then what? Govinda They are cleaning their rooms. They are supporting their, nursing their boys, little babies. Always Krishna is on their heart and mind, and always they Govinda. Those who cannot speak, Govinda Damodar Madhveti, hogs, pigs, dogs, they don't keep them. They keep and follow, support, nourish, Shukpakshi, parrots. They can easily chant, what? Govinda Damodar Madhveti, Govinda Damodar Madhveti. They can have cows. Hearing the sound, Govinda Damodar, they will come quickly running and getting there. To hear what? Govinda Damodar Madhveti, Govinda Damodar you are cooking, making chapatis and bread, there is no tax from government or anywhere. You can chant very easily, very sweet song. Don't chatter and patter with any boy coming, your friends. Tell him, oh, sing with me. What? When you are worshipping, you can tell. If you don't know any mantra or anything, always, every time, in morning, in daytime, in night, everywhere, no tax at all, no spending of money, you can chant it. A man is so poor, a man is so rich, whether he is female devotee or male devotees, boys and girls or anyone, he may be Mohammedan, Christian or anyone. Oh, tell them, oh, please, 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 chant with me. Very easy process, same kind of follow. Gaur Pramanam.
Getting that.
Treasure house.
You want anything?
Yes.
This one same person.
Only Prema. Prema Bhakti.
Yeah.
You are taking your coffee?
How are you?
Good.
Okay?
Yes.
I've gone in Twist Valley. Here, very big forest, and that Lila Sut has made very beautiful home.
So many cows there?
No,
Many sheep.
some sheep.
We saw a kangaroo also.
It's like the sheep you keep stealing. It's like those sheep that you keep stealing.
Yeah, yeah.
More are coming.
Sometimes I will, when I will be hungry, I will jump and take fight one.
Okay. This morning I was walking, I see this car come by. I see some saffron inside, and then I know the date is gone.
I've made some correction in that you have done.
Some small correction. It is okay, like?
No.
Okay.
How is Brinda and Tungi?
Look, she has some
She's little shy. Today she's decoration.
She has shaved for
She
her.
has shaved.
I'm growing my beard, Gurnesh.
Or I think a big
She
fight.
wounded herself. She said to me,
She's
"Can
very
I have your
shy."
knife?" I said, okay, you can have it.
We were thinking a big
Now she
fight she
cut.
had.
She's cut herself. She
She became angry with Gopinath Prabhu,
Yeah.
and then some.
This I did not want to tell.
Broken last night and I'm fixing. Classes have been done?
Every
Yes,
day.
every day.
Every day classes.
One or two classes.
Um,
Now you are going to
I'm back to Sam Maharaj.
you should also.
Yeah.
Urukam Prabhu.
Urukam Prabhu, because he's still up. Hari Priya Prabhu. Hari Priya Prabhu is not wanting to give. I don't know
He
why.
is helping with the writing when the class is going.
But in evening I will stick to
Request.
in evening. He is like a thief. He does not want to give in.
Only taking.
How are you feeling here? Okay? Separation some. Not coming to me so much, no? You are okay? I've done nearer to your house. No?
It's on the way.
Further.
More. More.
Inside that road, more and more.
Another way.
In the same road? When I come to this place, I remember Padmanabh. Padmanabh was what name?
Yeah,
Very chatter patter.
Very enthusiastic.
But he, only for a moment he met me in Vrindavan and we settled.
He likes to be alone.
Yeah.
Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama
Stop. Okay, safe now.
Maturna, bring him back.
He wants to ride here also.
Okay.
This is a royal one. Oh, it is Modi. No? Modi.
Yeah. Some can get in the back too if they want. Anyone wants to go in the back?
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
You have a break?
Break.
No. Whales become. Rajana, let me get one shot. Just like this.
He wants to get a photo.
One shot. Yeah.
You should let him come up and pat the other one.
Which one?
That one that's gentle.
Nice. That one can probably.
अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरक्षिषे गुरवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकायै तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो भक्त्या विजुनापराधलक्षणिक्षिप्ताश्च कामादितरङ्गमध्ये कृपामयि त्वां शरणं प्रपन्ना वृन्दे नमस्ते तवैवास्मि न जीवामि त्वया विना इति विज्ञानाभेतं नयमाम् My dear all Vaishnavi, my mother, sister and daughters, first of all, I convey my heartily Dandavat Pranam in the lotus feet of my spiritual master, Om Vishnu Krishna Bhakti Pragyan Swami Maharaj. And then I also offer my lakhs and lakhs Dandavat Pranam in the lotus feet of my Shiksha Guru, Om Vishnu Krishna Bhakti Swami Maharaj, who from India, by the order of his spiritual master, came to Western countries and also all over the world. And he preached the holy name of Krishna and pure devotion and love all over the whole world. He established so many temples and preaching centers all over the world. So, what was his mission? Why he preached all over the world? Also, our all disciples, acharyas have done this. This is the aim and object of all our Vaishnava Acharya, to preach love and affection in the whole world. Now the whole world is trying to make this world happy and peaceful, but gradually they are going towards destruction. Big wars are going on, and all wants to control all world. So, without love and affection, pure, we cannot be happy. So I request Govind Bhakta to explain the essence of what Swamiji preached all about. What was his mission? I want that he should briefly describe all these things in simple language that all can
Padaya Krishna Prasad Bhutale Shrimate Gauranga Swami. Namo Vishnu Padaya Radhikaye Piyatmane Shishimate Narayana Tilavane. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasad Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Tilavane. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pacharane. Navishesha Sarvati Prasita Vishdhamini. So first I'd like to offer, before speaking, I would like to offer my respectful obeisances onto the lotus feet of my Diksha Guru, Srila Gauranga Maharaj. Similarly, I would like to offer my respectful obeisances onto the lotus feet of my Shiksha Guru, Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayana. And finally, I would like to offer my respectful obeisances onto the lotus feet of my Param Guru, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. So Srila Narayana Maharaj has asked me to say a little something on the purpose of Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada coming to the West. As Maharaj has mentioned, the spiritual masters in our disciplic succession, going back to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that they are all coming to give this love of God through the process of Nam Sankirtan. But specifically, they're giving praying Nam. They're performing praying Nam Sankirtan. In the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, it's explained, Anapita Charinchirat Karunaya Pitana Kalo Samapaitam Nata Jwalarasa Swabhakti Sriyam. Can everybody hear? Hari Purata Sundara Duti Kandapa Sandipitaha Sada Vidai Kandares. So this verse is explaining Anampita Charinchirat, that which hasn't been given for a very long time. Krishna, he comes once in the day of Lord Brahma. In Vedic scriptures it's explained that the day of Lord Brahma, it goes on for very long time, millions of years, 4,300,000,000 years to be exact. And after Krishna appears, advanced, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he also comes once every 4,300,000,000 years. And in that period, the different incarnations of God that come, they are giving love of God, but they're giving love of God to Narayana, where one can go to Vaikuntha. But when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes, Anampita Charinchirat Karunaya Vitana Kalo, in the age of Kali, he gives that which is not given even by Narayana, and even when Krishna himself comes, he gives rarely, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he's giving very, very freely. Samapaitam Unoto Jwalarasa Swabhakti Sriyam. Samapaitam, that he's bestowing this Unoto Jwalarasa Swabhakti Sriyam, that he's giving the love of the residents of Vrindavan, the Brijbasis. He's giving this Vraj Prem. But more specifically, in Vrindavan, there are different levels of love of God. So to keep it simple, he is giving Madhuri Ras, which is the love of his topmost devotees, Swabhakti Sriyam, and most specifically, he's giving this Krishna Prem, which is of the Manjaris. So, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, he has come, and his incredible expertise was that he was able to come to the West dealing with people who had no foundation at all in Krishna consciousness. And regardless of what type of situation he was in, he was able to inject Krishna consciousness to those people. In the 60s, he would go to Greenwich Village in New York City, where the young people would gather from all over America, and in a very simple way, sit down on the pavement and just chant Hare Krishna, and give very simple philosophy, but injected within this simple philosophy of you're not this body, we're spirit soul, we have eternal relationship with Krishna. And he would give out prasadam and have people chant Hare Krishna. But injected within this was this Unota Dwala Rasa Swabhakti Sriyam, this mood of love of God, which is the most highest. So, similarly, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, he wrote hundreds of books. And in these books, he explained the philosophy of Krishna consciousness very simply. But if one scrutinizingly analyzes these books, one will see that though superficially what he's presenting appears to be very simple, but actually it's very, very deep. It's stated that the Vedic scriptures, they're Ratnagarbha. Ratnagarbha means that they are an ocean of jewels. But if one wants to get the jewels, which are there, then one has to go deep into the ocean. If one goes on the surface, then one will simply get fish. But if so A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, he came to give jewels, priceless jewels of Krishna prema. But to get these jewels, then one has to go and hear from somebody who is in discipline succession and who is in the same mood as A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. So this was his very unique contribution, that he could go and deal with so many different peoples of all different walks of life and present the most valuable thing, but present it in such a way that different people could digest. He has said that his books will be the law books for the next 10,000 years. So we see when we read his books, how he's presented the philosophy in such a digestible way that from the most elevated spiritualist to the most common person, that everybody can find something to take, to digest, and to help them in their spiritual life. So for this reason, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, he will remain renowned as the person who gets the credit for bringing Krishna consciousness, bringing the teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to the Western world. So I'll end there because time is short.
There was also a disciple of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada, very renowned person. His name was Srimad Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj. He also preached everywhere in India, especially in Navadvip. I want that Srimad Purukram Prabhu should give the gist and essence of his thoughts, what are his mission to this world. Was it same or different from Swamiji?
Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharani Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschachade Satarani. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Rakshak Sri Dharite Namne. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Narayana Namne. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Panchakalpatarubhishta Kripasindhubhyacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo. I've been asked to speak about a very great personality, a very great spiritual personality who lived in this world during this century. Many of us are familiar with His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. He was the world-renowned preacher of the Krishna consciousness movement throughout the entire world. And his name is well known. But there is also another great personality who was of equal spiritual stature and who also preached all over the world, but at a later time. In the beginning of his spiritual career, he preached all throughout India this message of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And later on, after the disappearance of Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada, this great personality extended his kindness to all of the Western people who had been introduced to this Krishna consciousness movement. He did this in such a way that he explained the same philosophy, the same science of God consciousness that had been brought by Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj. He explained from the very basic elemental understanding of the philosophy, also an intermediate understanding and also an advanced understanding of the same philosophy. Because in any field of knowledge we see that there is beginning stage of knowledge, intermediate, and also very advanced in this material world, in any science or field, just like in mathematics. There's elementary, there's also advanced. So, the science which Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada brought to the Western world was a very broad and very great science with many aspects of knowledge incorporated within it. But to be introduced to this field of knowledge takes some orientation. So this orientation period went on for a good number of years while he was present on this planet. And over time, those who had become his followers became acquainted more and more with the science through the literatures that he wrote. So many different Vedic literatures he gave to the Western countries in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. But many of the truths, many of the esoteric and spiritual truths which are there within these literatures are not that easy to penetrate. So after the disappearance of Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, a good number of followers of his were feeling a necessity to have some further acquaintance with this science of knowledge. So they approached this great personality who at that time was very, very elderly, and he was nearly 90 years old and in somewhat of an invalid condition. And they approached him for giving instruction to them. And very kindly, for a period of 10 years, he distributed and unfolded the wonderful truths in such an eloquent, beautiful, and tasteful manner. And all of these have been recorded also, and also there are books which present his teachings. But actually his teachings are not different than the teachings which Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj gave, because they are from the same disciplic succession. This knowledge of Krishna consciousness has come down to us from a disciplic succession of spiritual masters, gurus, and disciples, which comes in a line over 5,000 years old. And particularly, this line is especially current from 500 years ago, when a great incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, appeared on this earth. So from that time, there has been a very strong line of spiritual leaders, of spiritual masters, gurus, who have propounded these truths to the world. So, the truths which were explained by Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj were dealing with this subject matter of who God is, just as when Srila Prabhupada came to the West, he explained, yes, there is a God, and this God, he is not unknown. He can be known. He has a name. He has a form. He has, just as we have form, he also has form. And he also has his place where he lives. He has his abode. He has his activities which he performs. And he also has so many associates that he lives with there. This realm is a transcendental spiritual realm which is beyond this material universe. In all religions, whether it be Hindu religion, Christian religion, Buddhist religion, all of them are trying to reach to this supreme being, and they're trying to conceive of his existence in that higher realm. But the specific esoteric information about the approach to that supreme being, that is the subject matter, that is the science. And why that supreme being is coming into this world to make himself manifest to us. So, to understand this esoteric science, it requires the guidance of an experienced personality, one who himself has realized these truths and is experiencing these truths. So, the message of Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj initially is to give the process of Krishna consciousness, which is primarily centered on the practice of chanting the Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. That is the basis. And incorporated within this are so many practices and so many approaches to the absolute truth, which can bring one nearer, more and more close, because the Supreme God is a person, and he is a loving person. He is all love, actually. Whatever love we are seeking within this world is there within him. And that love is of a very inconceivable variety. It is described in the Vedas, Raso Vai Saha, Rasa. This Sanskrit word, Rasa, this is translated into English as mellow or taste, something which is very sweet and tasty, rasa. So there is a relationship with the Supreme Being that we can all have. But in this material world, we are missing this relationship. We are not feeling any connection with the Supreme Being. So he can be approached through the process of bhakti, devotional service, devotion to the Supreme Lord. So the higher aspects of this science can be understood and realized. Why this Godhead comes to this world for all the living beings. What is his intention by coming here? Yes, he wants to bring us back to him. He wants to bring us back to his abode so that we can live eternally with him, so that we can be eternally happy with him. But to understand what is that position of happiness, how we will live with him, how we will reciprocate with him, that is a very great science. And this is the science which ultimately Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada came to the Western world to give. He did not come to give an elementary practice, some kind of theistic idea that yes, there's God. But he came to give a specific science, which is thousands of years